Okay, everybody, so welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace. As promised, I'm going to show you some of the cool things you can now do with Ghost and how we're building our new newsletter membership style platform for mental health professionals actually on Ghost. This is a brand new site. It's not even really supposed to be ready until January, but it's called trippytherapy.com, and you can see some of the. Actually, you know what? Let's start this. I'll show you the site. Right. So this is actually what the site looks like. Let's just get out of the whole Ghost back end. Right. So this is the visual presentation of the site. And I'm going to show you some of the really cool things that you can do and why we're actually using this over Substack for both our newsletter and the whole monetization strategy for this particular community. I'm actually a pretty big failure right now with Substack. I've built newsletter and email marketing lists of some significant sizes over the last decade and change. Some lists of 25,000 plus people and all kinds of different niches, markets, verticals, etc. I'm really struggling with Substack, to be honest. I don't really understand some of the various ways in which one can amplify one's voice and audience using their social features, notes, which is really the reason that I joined Substack for a couple of our communities. I figured I would be able to quickly, I don't want to use the word game, so to speak, but just be active in the community and get a lot of attention for our mindfulness newsletter, and it just didn't happen, right? So I'm now moving back to Ghost for a whole number of reasons. In particular, because the editor and the whole process of adding content is so much more beautiful and easy and elegant. I'm going to show you some of that. The Substack editor sucks as far as I'm concerned. If you're looking for a better editor that has similar functionality to Substack, something like Button Down is certainly really good as well. We use that, and I have a bunch of clients who use Button Down. It's a fantastic platform. But all in all, just to build an entire, kind of brand and business, I don't think there's anything better out there right now than Ghost. All right, so we're going to cover some of the different things that you can do. Here are the tags. This is a custom theme that I purchased, and we're making some edits to it. And I'm using hosting, actually, not from Ghost Pro, but from a company called Magic Pages, which is the first time I've actually used their hosting platform, and so far it's been a great experience. Again, we're about less than a month in, but it's a lot cheaper than Ghost Pro. I know that some folks think that Ghost is it's too expensive because their hosting can be, the Ghost Pro hosting can be a little pricey. You can see this literally just started. I mean, 204 unique visitors altogether, 2 members, and both of these members are me, and one of my, one of the folks who does virtual assistant work. But that's obviously going to change. We're about to do an email marketing outreach campaign, and I'm excited about doing that. So, actually, the other thing that was really interesting about this is how it sort of forced me to get very clear about what it is that we're doing, who we're offering our content and community to, or who we're creating for, and specifically what the services and the things that we're going to be selling are designed to accomplish, right? So if you look at the trippytherapy.com domain, you'll see in several different spots very, very clear, kind of shout outs to exactly who it is that we are targeting, what it is that we offer, and what the opportunities they are in are for collaboration and connection with our community. And I really found this like very, very interesting for myself in terms of starting a new community and actually getting very, very kind of clear with my own sort of plans for the platform, right? And this has changed a little bit over the last a couple weeks as this has sort of come to fruition. I have some partners on this as well who have their own various kinds of ideas about what they want to build. But for the time being, we want to make money. We want to sell stuff, things that are like tools, templates, tutorials, visuals, all sorts of things like that, while at the same time, really helping mental health professionals in a moment of need right now build their brands, their businesses, and hopefully their bank accounts on a bootstrap budget without gurus, gimmicks, or selling their soul, right? We really wanted to make sure, because there's so many bullshit artists in that sort of mental health space. I have relatives and people in my own life who are psychiatrists or psychologists and social workers and mental health counselors and therapists, and I see how easy it is for them to get sort of bamboozled by kind of these sort of charlatans and con artists that you see on Instagram and all over the place actually, with respect to selling services to people who are very good at one thing, which is helping their patients or clients overcome anxiety or deal with depression or work with mental health challenges, but are generally not super interested in marketing and certainly have no sense of, digital design and things like that. Therefore, we've created a whole bunch of different collections and things we're going to be offering that I'm really excited to put out in the world. All right. So the other thing I want to share is I have a lot of folks who are actually building sites on Card and selling services on Card, largely selling like landing pages and testimonial review style landing pages that are good for social media. If you have clients who are on social media who are using Linktree or Link in Bio or something like that, Card is a much better option. It lets you brand everything to your own domain, right? So you can have your clients, rather than on Substack or on Link in Bio or Linktree or those sorts of services, you can build something like this very quickly in a couple hours. Or when I say a couple hours, you can actually build this, launch it, and start an email marketing campaign to sell it in a few hours. This itself would take mere moments to actually get out into the world. You're just basically templatizing the landing page and changing this stuff here and this stuff here. But the exciting thing that I just realized is that Ghost is now one of the supported email marketing services or newsletter services that they offer through this API. So that's new, right? Which means for a site like this, right, the one that we're building here at Trippy Therapy, I can actually use a custom Card domain to build the Ghost list by dint of this sign up form integration, right? So all you're going to do is pick Ghost, as I've done here already. These are all the other ones. So if you're building, landing pages on for clients who have Beehive newsletters, or via Kit, ConvertKit, which is now called Kit, or MailChimp, or any of these others, Button Down as well, you can really build a great looking root domain landing page for your clients in about an hour that integrates with whatever it is that they're doing in the world with respect to newsletters. There's also a simple hack that you can use for Substack. Substack is, notwithstanding the fact that I don't love Substack, still the largest, the biggest platform out there when it comes to newsletter marketing in 2025. Certainly it's only going to get better or get bigger in 2026. I can't tell you it's going to get better. I'm actually finding Substack to be worse now than it was when I first started using them a year ago. Okay, so we're going to cover all this in a series of tiny tutorials, and this is just a little bit of bonus for me news to find out that now that Ghost, just by dint of this API right here, can be integrated with your Card landing page offers, and that means that for me, I could have sending people directly to an opt-in page to give them information, let's say on a specific post within Ghost, right? Like any of these, all I'm going to do is enter the API information from my Ghost account into my Card account, which is here, and then redirect them to whatever post I want them to land on, right? This is the redirect function on completion. As you can see here, currently, I think this goes to a Framer marketplace site, right? Which is here. Okie doke, and I would obviously change that. This is for our Mindful Marketplace community. I would change that here or here for our Ghost community with a post, let's say, something that I really want to showcase to folks or give away, or, have like a series of digital downloads that folks can access immediately after signing up and then landing on our site. Okie doke, much more to come on this. It's the 10th of November, so I'm going to try to do a complete sort of mini tutorial on how we're building trippytherapy.com on Ghost, and I'll answer some questions for those of you who are looking for a Substack alternative, for 2026. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. As always, I appreciate you listening. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.